All right, Zyber Nation, it's time to rate some AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. We're going to start off with the Rocks Swing. It's a single blue instant counter target spell. If black was spent to cast this spell, which is very difficult to do, draw a card. Now, it's not impossible to actually pay. By default, this looks like, how are you going to pay black when you have to pay a single blue? Don't forget that the opponents can tax you. They can tax you by generic mana. You can pay that generic with black mana. So it's actually possible that in an environment where someone is taxing your counter spells, that you get a big buff off of this. Now, hold on. Now outside of that, this card is absolutely insane. This is just strictly better counterspell in every single way. It's like we've got it's a single blue, not double blue. Still counters a spell. Also has like weird upside of drawing a card. It's the most power crept version of counterspell I've ever seen. I mean, the only thing that beats this is a 0 mana counter target spell. Well, I don't know if it's danger, but it's very, very strong. I would never say a counter spell it danger. It's not like you can win the game with counter spells. You can defend a combo with counter spells, but I mean, you're not going to win the game with counter spells. Remember, everyone hates the counter spell player until they actually need one. Von Ragnar, it can be done with paid generic as it was any color effects as well. That's right. Von Horizons, you know what? It may not even be that far off. You know, and also you say that's Modern Horizons 2035. I mean, that's less than 10 years away. Would you expect something like this? Or, I don't know, maybe. You know, you look back at what the game looked like 10 years ago. I don't think we would have printed anything like what we had today back then. Mana drains danger. Oh boy, just counter the counterspell. That's right. Counter my counterspell. You use your own Rock Swing. I mean, it's got some parallels to Mental Misstep in a lot of ways, where a lot of people will be playing with this card if this card exists. Toilet Duck says, bingo alert, that's so specific because the upside is really specific. If a black was spent to catch. No, it's not that specific. There's a lot it's not like it says it's under certain circumstances. By the way, the bingo card today, everyone familiarize yourself with this bingo card. It's a new old bingo card. I don't even remember what the hell is in here. We have Forgot the Shuffle, same name as a real card, one word of text, land doesn't tap for mana. For all I know, this is going to be a hard bingo card. Ending music starts too soon. That's not going to happen for as long as I have any power over that. Oh, look at that. Nikachu argues with chat. I actually argued already with you guys. All right, so I lose there. Screenshot this thing. You guys are in charge. I am not. It's misstep to print this, and you got to be mental to play this. Hexnart says, minor downside, black deck can use stealing effect that allows them to cast your card with any mana type. They'll get to counterspell and draw a card. That's interesting, actually. Yeah, it's not even that. There's like, you know what? You just made me realize there are some cards that are like, you can cast these cards for any mana that you choose. Like, you can cast these. There's a lot of cards that are like that. Like, okay, you may cast these cards until end of turn. You can spend any mana you want to cast these cards. You could also pay black under those situations. LOL, no discussing the rules, just arguing. I'm arguing with you guys. Arguing is more broad. I can argue with you against all of you for anything. Bingo, absurd mana cost. What is this? It's just 1 mana. It's not absurd at all. Benjamin, Nikachu argues with chat is practically a free spell. I know! What am I supposed to do? Just let you guys take over the show? Secret anti-Thalia attack? What else to say about this? Okay, you know what? There is something a little bit restrictive about this card. It does have black in its color identity. So, in fact, not anyone can play this, especially in Commander. You have to be splashing black. If you're not splashing black, you don't get it. So my Urza deck, it completely misses out. Leon Corgi says, print this MDGGA, make draw good, go good again. What the hell? Make draw go good again. Gotcha. So what the hell does this stand for? The free space should be Nikachu can't read. That also would be the free space. Yeah, that would be good. All right, Rock Swing. It's very doable. It's it's technically not broken. It's very doable. It would just be a horrible thing to print. That's all I'll say. All right, next up, we got the NB Strike. It is Pride Month this month, so we have to be looking at them Pride cards. The person went out. I mean, this wasn't a bonk. It was a strike. It's a 3-mana instant. NB Strike deals 3 damage to target creature. Look at that. Green is taking over red spells. Green really can do anything around here. Deals 3 damage to target creature. The card is, in the grand scheme of things, this card is very underwhelming. 3 mana, 3 damage. Maybe for green, it doesn't matter. They've got a lot of mana, so they can do whatever they want. It's a very clunky lightning bolt. Leon Corgi says, draw go is a blue archetype where you draw for the turn and pass do nothing but countering. Yeah, that card, the last counter spell would go perfectly in that. That's a terrible rate. Well, maybe for a red deck. Throwback to Stings. It's the card of all time. Green Bolt. Using someone to bonk a goblin. Oh, we actually got a double bonk here. I didn't even realize that. I mean, oh, they're using... Oh, it's an NB strike. They're using the NB to strike the goblin. Well, that's not great for the NB now, is it? Make it 5 mana? Like, even more clunky. Rick Suzu, she's using Deku from My Hero to attack a goblin. Is there some lore between these characters? Bingo, the end music starts too soon. That's too early. Very clunky bolt. I have nothing to say about this card. This is, it's also doable. It's more flavor than anything. Except we don't even have any flavor text. Next, we got Crime Mutation. This is a 2-mana shrine. At the beginning of your end step, untap each artifact an opponent controls. What? Mana rocks. Someone's like, I don't know, it looks like someone's selling some mana rocks over there. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on in this art. It looks like it's supposed to be a playground, but we got the faces of children or something at the top of it as part of a. Oh, it's like a shrine. Oh, it is a shrine, like Stonehenge or something. Why would I do this? I don't know. We just want to help everybody else. This is like group hug, you know. Yeah, there is a group hug I call group touch. Mesmeric Orb synergy. Oh, that's a good point. So Mesmeric Orb is the artifact where whenever you untap a permanent, whenever a player untaps a permanent, they mill that many cards. So at the beginning of our end step, so I guess we are encouraging one particular player to keep tapping their stuff so they can be untapped. Ryan Harris, this is what R&D should make when people want more shrines. Like, okay. Well, our shrine's broken. Like, really? I mean, I have no problem with more shrines helping you. But, yes, if we need to fill more shrines in this game, and we don't want to make one player overpowered with a bunch of shrines, just start making shrines that help the opponent instead. All right? I'm helping you as well. Everyone's getting helped around here. Steve Cooper, untap the Urza player to make the game end quickly or take ages. That is totally fine. Bingo, donate target. Oh, is that on the bingo card? We do have donate target. Toilet duck. Sharp on the bingo card. I don't even know how the flavor text is on point is ever going to happen. Some of these cards have the most just nonsensical flavor text that has nothing to do with the card. Liam Corgi, this card invites you to touch opponent's cards. Does it? Untap each artifact an opponent controls. Oh. oh, that's why it was like group touch. All right, so I reach over and touch your cards. Are people very sensitive about that? Like, I always found it weird, like, when people ask, can I look at this card? Like, what am I gonna do? Say no? Like, of course you can look at this card. So I don't see like such a big deal, people reaching over and, you know, grabbing cards. So long as they're being nice about it, you know, they're not being aggressive and they're not gonna crumple my card up. We have the anti-shrine player over here, Dadam Draws. Shrines are really annoying. What are shrines? It's a very specific enchantment type. And sometimes the more shrines you have on the battlefield, the bigger the effect each shrine gets. So this would be just like, this would be another shrine on the battlefield too. There are some shrines that, like, at the beginning of your upkeep, draw an extra card for each shrine that's on the battlefield, so that you'd get even more cards with Crime Mutation here. All right, it is doable. You are saved from the Urank crime mutation. Saved from the Urank. Okay, we got the Transing Archangel. It's a 6-mana 8/8. That's a big creature. Elemental Incarnation, Flying Vigilance. Well, step aside, Sarah Angel. For 1 more mana, you're completely busted. The same wolf of your life total is 4 or more. Each opponent may put any number of creature cards with mana value X or less from their hand or draw 7. Draws that many cards. That is a bunch of mind fudge. It's literally just a bunch of BS. Trying to pretend to be a card. Ryan Harris says, don't touch my cards. It doesn't work in competitive play when your opponent needs to shuffle your deck. I know. They're going to touch them anyway. It's just weird. Bingo, it don't grammar. It don't do a lot of things, if you ask me. Trans and furry wombo combo. Just in time for Pride Month. Actually, these cards have been around here for a while, but I was trying to go through all the cards in order, but June will disappear before I can get to the trans cards, so we're gonna go, I'm skipping straight to them today. I see they haven't made the Pride cards any more doable from last year. You know, and I get the sense that they give it 1 try and then that's it. You know, if it's they're not going to try for any more iterations than the first try is what I'm trying to say. Leon Corgi says, play AI card that turns players into cards, then turns self into artifact, then get untapped. That's just bizarre. That's for the last card. The Damn Draw says, there are 2 wolves inside of you. One of your wolf of your life total is 4 or more. The 2 wolves. Okay, bingo alert. It don't grammar, amazing art, bad card. No, it's not a bad card. It's a nonsensical card. So we can go the grammar route. I'm not gonna say a card that makes no sense is bad. Where is the it don't grammar? Gillum, that bear hot spring card was pretty doable. The wolf in my life, sheep's The wolf in my life in sheep's clothing. Von Ragnar, inside you are the same wolf. Your life total is 4. And Draconic, the archangel with flying isn't actually an angel. Oh yeah, it's an elemental incarnation. It is an elemental angel. It's got the element of angel, all right? It's the spirit that counts. The wolf is having trouble understanding MTG. Well, it would help if you learn the rules. Okay, this card is BS. It can go to the Urank. Board it. Board it out of here. We have NBT. There's a 4-mana 2/3 human wizard. Whenever another enchantment you control enters, create a 3/3 blue Drake creature token name Kanoki's Aware Strike. The mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. What? The skeleton. Very suspicious. Whenever you gain life, you may blight 1. If you do, draw 3 cards. Some parts of this card is broken. Some parts of this card doesn't do anything. I know, the skeleton. Whenever another enchantment you control enters... Okay, so I play, like, Exploration. I get a 3/3 blue Drake creature token named Kanoki's Aware Strike. The mayhem cost is equal to the mana cost. Okay, that actually is legal. It just doesn't matter. So you can give a mayhem cost to my token, but I'm never casting the thing. The skeleton doesn't make any sense. This actually is mostly doable. What is Blight 1? I believe you put a -1/-1 counter on something. I think. Bingo, last ability breaks the card. Does it? Whenever you gain life, I can Blight 1. If I do, I draw 3 cards. Is it that if I draw 3 cards, then I gain life, I can keep blighting? I don't know how you combo off that thing. Skeleton is just hanging out in the art with them. Skeleton may not even be moving. That thing could have been dead there for hundreds of years. They're hanging out with the skeleton. It's a creature, not a creature. Oh, I didn't even catch that. Yeah, we have a Crete human wizard. Mayhem is from the Spider-Man set. Blight 1 is put a -1/-1 counter on a creature you control. Okay, yeah, I figured that. So we gain life, we can blight. You can't do it infinitely, by the way. Because eventually all your creatures, they'd be dead. Hey, the AI learned Blight. That's surprisingly up to date. Firefox, the wolf was nicer than the skeleton. So it just gives you bodies to blight. What this card does is if you gain life, it's basically gain life, draw 3 cards. That's okay. Is that broken? It's probably very good. It's probably very good. Forgot to shuffle. Under what circumstance are we looking through the deck? We're not. We're just drawing 3 cards. Okay, I'll actually give this a doable. As stupid as that sounds. Anyway, I know how much you guys love AI generated cards, but I know you love even real cards even more, especially when you're buying them from FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget, you can pre-order Marvel superheroes, all your favorite superheroes, now in paper card formats. If there is a universes beyond you hate, you can take the one that you love from Marvel and then use them to destroy the evil universes beyond. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, because it gets you 5% off all your purchases and it supports the channel. And we all love supporting the channel, don't we? Especially me. I love supporting my own channel by doing the channel. Okay, next up. Okay, we got a robot here. It's a Translindlorfentmere. The hell, whatever the hell that means. For a single blue mana. Big name, small mana cost. It's an artifact. Tap. Sacrifice this artifact. Exile target creature. No way! We have... Not... It's like sorcery speed swords to plowshares, basically. Day 7 to 18, scry 1. I can't tell if that's part of the real cost or if that's flavor text. Not a mirror, would a fail? Well, it's apparently a mirror grenade. I know, I don't know what that means. I'm as confused as the rest of you. Well, we're not gonna say it gave up halfway. Like, for all I know, day 7 to 18 is just flavor text. Probably not, because there would be quotes, I guess. Dang, playing MTG for 18 days straight. Big grenade for a little robot. Busted, even better in middle of the month. Hexenort, sorcery? You can tap at instant speed, no? No, okay, so what I mean by that's a really good question. If you play this card first and then pass the turn and use it at, activate it any time that you want, your opponent then has the option to destroy the artifact. So if you want this thing to exile the best card on the battlefield, you basically have to play it and then crack it immediately. Playing it later will... I mean, just saying, if there's nothing on the battlefield, like let's say you play this turn 1, there's nothing on the battlefield, it's not gonna... It might get destroyed. And if it gets destroyed, then it won't do anything. Anyway, that's just what I meant by that. Rav is like, this is for those long control games where you play for several days? Oh, I see. So on day 7 to 8, so at like the beginning of day 7 to 18, does anyone play Commander like that, where you have like this super long game and then you tell your friends, okay, let's not touch the board state. I'm going to leave the table as it is, and we'll pick this up like next week. Does anyone have games like that? I mean, I had a few games like that when I was a kid, but not for Magic the Gathering. It was for other like board games. Like a really intense game of Risk or Monopoly. What do you mean? How can you say this is a bad card? That is illegal. I mean, it's blue removal. It's arguably the best blue removal ever for a single blue. There's nothing bad about this card. Von Ragnar, maybe it's like that one birthday party card you could get in Pokemon TCG. Its ability only works on a specific day, so you can scry once. So this is more of a silver border card, I would say. Hexenort, multi-season Commander games like D&D sounds crazy. Benjamin, I would run this in my Shower Saw deck. Oh my god, yeah. That type of game might extend to day 7 to 18. Kermit, maybe it's about day and night mechanics and counting the days for each day and night. What a creative interpretation. That is actually really clever. Yeah, maybe like, day, night. Okay, so if we get to day 7, man, that'd be terrible. Counting day and night, keeping track of day and night, as bad as it is. Imagine we have to keep track of how many times it's day and night. Take it to a completely different degree. Day 7 to 18 seems to be the same formatting of dice results, so probably not flavor text. Yeah, I sort of agree with that. Tyron's like, what? You never had a 20-pod game of plane chase over a whole week? No, I have not. Miss Anover, even if they destroy it, ability will already be on the stack. No, but yeah, but what if there's nothing in play? That's my argument. What if there's nothing in play? Skia with also is not a creature, so you can pop it, has it. You can pop it, has it enter. Sack this artifact. I don't know what you mean by that. Trip Fontaine, it's like that the Rigger card in Future Sight, referencing a mechanic that will come out in the future. Yeah, you could just call it a Future Sight card. Okay, you can scry 1 if it's the 7th through the 18th. So I like that interpretation of like day and night. So if we hit day 7, you get the scry. Unexplored design space. Wizard Coast, please don't. Oh, do we have that? Okay, we could put that one on there. That is unexplored design space. Do we have unexplored here? Instant, unspecified, making up rules. Oh no, we don't have that here. Not that I see of it. No, it's a new bingo card. Actually, it's a new old bingo card. Okay, you know what? Now that we talked it over, I think it works. I think it's doable. It's saved from the rank. It was gonna blow itself into the rank, but instead it saved it. It's pretty strong though. Oh, we have Aloha Genesis Journey. Maybe came from Hawaii. It's Karn. Oh, Karn, you've turned green. For 3 loyalty, we have +2. You may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Holy moly! Whoa! This is a one-sided show and tell for 4 mana. -2. Search your library for any number of creature cards. Put them onto the battlefield and shuffle. What the hell is going on here? Karn is having a holiday. Karn is having the greatest holiday. -7. You get an emblem with as long as your life total is greater than your starting life total. Add 2 mana of any one color. That's funny. The ultimate. The ultimate is terrible. The ultimate, not very impressive. Probably will just go -2 and call it a day. It's funny. The only reason you would go +2 is after you go -2, because there's nothing left in your deck to put onto the battlefield. I mean, you put all your creature cards from your deck onto the battlefield. So yeah, it's Bingo's ultimate garbage. Karn, stop, please. Bingo, judge. The ultimate draws the game because you can't stop making mana. Oh, does it? So is it more powerful than we think? -7, you get an emblem with as long as your life total is greater than your starting life total. Add 2 mana of any one color. Oh yeah, locks the game. Huh. It's funny. So if somehow you didn't win the game for this -2, you go -7 instead. How would I win with Aloha? Probably some blinking. I would put probably 4 different blinking combo creatures on the battlefield, and if someone can deal with one, you're not going to deal with all of them. Danger. I just have to say it danger. All right, this card did danger, but that's the free spot, because we always expect some card to danger in this show. Just have less than 20 life. Oh yeah, bingo. 1 card infinite, probably. There's a 1 card infinite. It's technically not a 1 card infinite. It will, but I'll count it anyway. Where is the 1 card infinite? I believe you. Oh, here we go. 1 card infinite. Because it should win by itself. It should win. The counter is board wipe, right? What do you mean counter? Surefire Selves. I guess Protein Hulk wasn't enough for the AI, yeah. Oh yeah, this is basically Protein Hulk. It's a super Protein Hulk. Straight to the rank. We can board this card to hell. It's infinite triggered mana abilities. It has that too. 20 plus 20, 21 plus or 41 plus life, infinite mana. But you don't. But the game locks, as Pedgeman mentioned, like because The game constantly checks, oh, is my life total higher than my starting life total? Okay, add 2 mana. But then the game's like, oh, is my life total higher than my starting life total? Let's add another 2 mana and another 2 mana and another 2 mana. And then you just never get priority. As far as I'm concerned. Also, the first non-colorless card, I think. Yeah, probably. But, you know, Planeswalkers, they like to switch colors. Okay, we have the Gay Haven. Not quite Heaven. Haven manifestation. So white, X instant. Create X 1/1 white warrior creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn. I have nothing to say about this. Create X 1/1 white warrior creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn. You know what's weird about this card, though? Is why do you need to give them haste? Generally speaking, especially since it's an instant speed card, you can just play them at instant speed at end of turn. And they like have like pseudo haste. Cyber's print. Honestly, it's probably like the token card that a lot of token decks have been waiting for. It's just Valhalla. Topical card. Yeah, it is the topical card of the month. We have Kermit. It should have been Wooburg for Rainbow Theme. You put all your... Okay, Gavros, you put all your creatures from your deck onto the battlefield and they all die to a board wipe. No. Oh, you're talking about the last card? You would just combo off. Like, there would be some sort of ETB combo that would blink everything and then your opponents are lost. Unless you have an instant speed board wipe, which there's very few of. Maybe none of. Very few. Cyclonic Rift being like the only thing I can think of. Miss Andover, looks like this Warriors are shocked by a gay parade. They're here for war. They've been summoned to go to battle, but they've been put directly in the middle of a gay pride parade. You'd be confused too. All right, armor up, everybody. Von Ragnar, it's kind of mid. I'm pretty sure that there are better cards like this. Basically, so what you're doing is you're paying extra white mana just so that you could at sorcery speed attack with these tokens at the same time. That's the only advantage I see to this card. Surefire Selves, so I'm paying 2 more mana past Secure the Waste to give them haste. That is exactly what I said. Yeah, it's exactly what's happening here. Crypto-like Rights. Oh, Crypto Right. That's the one that you tap creatures to add mana, right? Or the white tokens, the Knights in the art. Yeah, it's the Knights. They're the Warriors. You thought the guy on the right and the left are the Warriors? I don't think so. They're the ones handing out the flags. I guess gay part is part of white's section. White section of the color buying. All right, the damn draws. I don't get it. They said we'd be fighting fairies. All right, it's a doable card. Amelia, best waifu. It's a good thing that they lose a haste at end of turn, or it would be broken. They gain haste until end of turn. Oh yeah, I never understood that. Yeah, why would they have haste perpetually? Transmite Rock. This is a 5 mana X. It's a sorcery lesson. Destroy X target artifacts. Transmite Rock deals X damage divided evenly. To be honest, this card blows. Unless there is something advantageous about it being a lesson, like, you know, you can tutor for a lesson card. Divide X damage evenly. Like, this is the worst fireball of all time. I guess the advantage is if you have a lot of mana, you can destroy a lot of artifacts and deal some damage. Yeah, has a massive mana cost. Like, just 5 mana just to cast it, and doesn't even do anything. So it's basically at least 6 mana. Amongst whom? Destroy X target artifacts. Transmite Rock deals X damage divided evenly. Oh yeah, I would assume it's like any target. Evenly, so wherever you want. To creatures, to players, planeswalkers. These are things that only custom card makers catch. Yeah, among the players. I would assume anything if it doesn't say. You know, we're living in a world right now where less is more, where they're putting less words on the magic card, and you just have to, like, you know, you just got to know. Just like, it's not enters the battlefield anymore, it's enters. Miss Endover, Judge, who do you divide the damage between? among us. Deals X damage. Well, oh, I see what you guys mean. Deals X damage to. Oh no, but I divide it evenly. Now I don't know what this means. I don't understand this anymore. I thought it'd be just like X damage, and you put the damage wherever you want. But is it like it deals 1 damage to all creatures, 1 damage to all players? They lose haste so they can't block Ginger Brute. Oh my god, that's so niche. That is very specific. I would rent this from Mana Traders. Well, it just so happens you can. All right, so if you want the what was it called? The Transmite Rock. Well, technically you can't rent that card, but you can rent every other card that actually exists in Magic the Gathering with Mana Traders when you play on Magic Online. My favorite place to go get my favorite place to play Magic the Gathering, whether casually or competitively. And I can play any deck, any format I want if I'm renting with Mana Traders. If you like to play a lot of decks, it's way cheaper. And if you're scared or paranoid of you're the best deck getting banned, there's no fear when you're renting. Rent using coupon code Nikachu_Z4M for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. All right, now we go back to the Transmite Rock. Divided among every legal target? I suppose so. Bingo, the end music starts too soon. Didn't happen. It's not the end music. Bingo alert, Judge. Damage divided amongst which targets? Wait, what's the bingo alert here? Is there a Judge one? We just have like a random Judge thing. Okay, Judge. We need a lot of help here. Sagacious. The feed's been doing extra cards per day, so maybe do a few more cards. Plus, there's uncurated. We are not at risk of running out of cards supply at the moment. Oh, that's good. The damn draws divide 1 damage among every target, giving them each 1/16 of a point of damage. Whatever. Okay, legal. Okay, maybe not legal card. Instructions unclear. How this card actually works. We got the Transbummer Lens, the 2-mana 3/2 elemental incarnation. Bummer. Whenever you gain life, you may pay a red. If you do, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's interesting, actually. That is a neat card. I don't know why you would have... Okay, the hard part of this card is you need to have life gain in your red deck. That's the only difficult part, because red by itself is not going to do it. So you're going to need... You need to, like, lean on the power of green, lean on the power of... Actually, you can even go black, to be honest. Wow, every color gains life except red and blue. I didn't know red and blue had so much in common here. It's not, yeah, nothing illegal. Rixazu says it's Zybers. Mean Brulee. This is cool. I don't think Mono Red has much life gain though. Nope, you're gonna need some help. It should have flying. Technically, I suppose. It's like all those ghosts and spirits in Magic the Gathering that also don't have flying. Bingo, flavor text is on point. Oh, sorry, I'm not going for the obvious joke here. Will. That sounds like a real flavor text. I do not believe for a second that this was created by this was an AI generated flavor text. I'm not going for the what is the obvious joke here? Are they gonna bum the goblin or something? Oh boy, red gains life relatively by reducing everyone else's. It's not, yeah, well, it's not going to trigger for that reason. So who was bumming who in the who's bumming who in the art? Why doesn't it have flying? Is it the magnifying glass? If so, why not artifact/equip? Corvinick says hard counters the punishing fire and grove of the burning willows combo. Does it? I mean, okay, so like if you gain life, like if someone gives you life, you get a goblin, but I mean they can still punishing fire your face. Like you gain 1 life, they deal 2, right? Don't ask, you'll get demonetized. All right, I'm gonna ask less questions. Lightning Helix need a bit of white, maybe. Just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, you need a little bit of white, you need a little green, or a little bit of black. The Damn Draw says another non-angel elemental incarnation without flying. Look, it's not an angel. It's literally an elemental incarnation. It's you can cosplay as an angel, all right? Have you ever seen a cosplaying angel? I have. They don't actually fly, but they got the wings. They got the wings. Yeah, we have a doable card. If you guys love making goblins for a red, go for it. Okay, we have LGBTQ season and a real Q on the end of the Q here. This is a 3-mana sorcery. Until end of turn, target creature you control becomes a Snowblash. This is not this is a card. I don't know what this card does. Yeah, what is the obvious joke the flavor text is referencing? I don't know either. I don't know. Maybe there's some context to this card that I don't know about here. Wings, but not an angel. Wish it was. It's a Snowblash. Are they trying to say blush? But then I wouldn't know what a Snowblush is either. Blash is a new card type. No, it sounds like it's a creature type. So until end of turn, target creature you control becomes a Snowblash. So it sounds like it sounds like a different type of creature type. Huge Snowblash support. Steve Cooper, Blash is a term that mostly commonly refers to a heavy splash, splatter, or a hard fall of sleet or rain, particularly in British and Scottish dialects. Google summary. Thank you so much, Google. I get it was a Snowblash. So I guess it was like it's like a big snowfall or something. Finally, Snowblash support in black. Seems expensive. I don't think this card is doing anything. Target creature you become... Oh, okay. There is one thing it will do. Outside of Blash, it will increase the amount of snow creatures we have on the battlefield. And it's actually... Oh, no, but it is until end of turn. So until end of turn, our creature becomes snow, and that might trigger more abilities for, like, say, Icefang Quaddle. Maybe Icefang Quaddle needs one extra snow creature on the battlefield so that it has proper death touch. Yeah, it says a random snow synergy card. Probably just the absolute crappiest one of all time. If I need more snow permanents on the battlefield, or even snow creatures, I would just play one instead. Absurd mana cost? 3 mana for this is not... I mean, 3 mana is not the most absurd mana cost. Blash is lowercase, so it would be a card type, not a subtype, right? Your guess is good as mine. Okay, I'll say this is a legal doable card. Next, we've got the Genderous Thief. Oh, this card better steal something. We have a 4-mana 2/2 human soldier. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice a creature with power 5 or greater. When you do, untap target creature you control. It gains Dominate up to 1 other target creature. Can't be blocked this turn. Ah, it was so close. And in the end, it just basically fell apart. It was getting interesting, though. At the beginning of my end step, I can sack a big creature, and I get to untap... When you do untap target creature. Yeah, I know, dominates. We're going to dominate something. It sounded like, you take control of something. Because there is a card called Dominate. It's literally gain control of target creature. Only the most thicket words to live by. Bingo alert, making up the rules, dominate. You could say that about anything. No, making up the rules is like it says something and then the definition is different. Only the most thicket. Oh yeah, that's the flavor text. Only the most thicket is worthy of being dominated. Yeah, only the thicket will dominate. Dominate is what the Dominarians do. Is that true? Is that why it's called Dominaria? I never actually thought about that. New terminology bingo. Do we have something like that? New terminology bingo? No, I don't see. The generosity of this thief was not actually giving anything. Because it sort of sounds like generous in the form of genderous. If you give your end step, sack a creature with power 5 or greater when you do untap target creature you control. If they ended it right there, that might have been a creative card. But it gains dominate up to one other target creature can't be blocked this turn, and that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Bingo all for nothing? Where do you see that? Bingo all for nothing. All for nothing. Oh, okay, you know what? We'll put it there. You know, this card almost was a thing. All those words in the end to basically to disqualify the damn thing. This bingo card is a bit finicky. You can only dominate submissive creatures. Sagacious, Scotland, North England, a heavy fall of rain, so it turns something into a snowy rainfall. Are you talking about the last card? This card seems aggressive. Maybe psychologically aggressive. All right. Absolute crap. It can go to the Urank. Now we have the Gay Hunger. I hope you're hungry for gay, because we have a lot that today. This is a 4-mana 2/2 human with trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target non-wall creature they control. Break down your walls, people. If they don't, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. What does this card do? Okay, when the creature deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target non-wall creature they control. Sorry, it's non-wall. I read it as wall. So we deal damage to a player, and we also kill off one of their creatures. Now, if they don't... Who's they? If they don't, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. You may destroy... Oh, I guess this is you. Do they have a choice? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think they have a choice. Would you like me to destroy your creature? And they're like, no. Well, guess what? You don't. Oh, maybe it's something I asked them. They don't, he or she. Oh, no, but in this context, it could just say you, because you own the card. If you don't, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So in this case, they is referencing them, our opponent, their stuff. If an opponent has no creatures, you get a card from the graveyard. I suppose so. Bingo, undefined to that. Yeah, in this case, who is they? They are gay, and they are hungry. Tyrant says, maybe they fogged? Oh! Interesting. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player... So you may destroy target non-wall creature they control. If they don't... Okay, like, that's an interesting interpretation. If somehow you didn't deal damage and didn't destroy a non-wall creature they control, return a permanent. It's the grammar is still a little botched, if you ask me. They is your opponent's pronoun. No, okay, I understand. Okay, here's the thing. Why do they have the option? If they don't. In this case, it should be us. But yes, I understand. The card is actually asking our opponent if they would like us to destroy their non-wall creature. Ah, yes, I often trample when I'm hungry for and I'm hungry for gay. If you're hungry enough. The flavor of the gay hunger getting lost in the fog is amusing. Sagacious, if they don't is probably if they don't have a non-wall creature, or maybe if it's indestructible, or maybe no combat damage. That's the only thing I could think of. This sort of passes, but not really. We have to sort of really use some loose, open interpretation in order to make this card work. It'd be just more specific if it just said, if you don't, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Because we had the option to do it anyway. All right. Moving on. We've got the Transmogrant Snuggling. If you love snuggling, you're gonna love snuggling to this Eldrazi drone. It's a 4-mana 3/2 with Devoid. When this creature enters, you may search your library for an aura or equipment card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then tap. This is just a real card. Through and through. It's almost flavorful to red, too, because it is looking for an equipment. Although I don't think a lot of red cards look for auras. This is a Cauldra? You want to snuggle with Cauldra over there? Snuggling the cute little Eldrazi. I don't even know if I want to snuggle this Eldrazi. It looks like sort of an octopus / squiddly looking thing. You're going to get suction cups sucked to you. Well, this is a perfectly fine Eldrazi with Devoid and all. Bandit Keith, I like how the top of the card is red, like the mana symbol. Nice color design. This is a real design, by the way. These were the Devoid cards from the... I can't remember, was Zendikar Rising or something like that? Sagacious, if I recall correctly, rules for putting auras onto the battlefield give you the opportunity to attach them first, right? That is correct. So you can put this directly on your Transmogrant Snuggling. Or another creature. Or a support in red, sure. It's doable. Yo, Moodasir, welcome. We got Toadsnus. Oh no, don't tap my auras, please. Oh yeah. The auras come into play. None of these cards matter if they come into play tap, including the equipment. Interesting, an Eldrazi without a cast trigger. Yeah, it's an ETB trigger. We got Rav. Does being tapped make a difference for auras and equipment? Usually not. I would say 99.9999%, like, it's not going to matter. Unless you animate your equipment and you want to get into the red zone with haste. Jigra, the Deep from The Boys would love this one. Is The Boys worth watching? I still got Amazon Prime because I was watching the Mr. Beast 2 season. And I never heard of The Boys. I mean, I guess I loosely saw the memes online. And all of a sudden, like, The Boys is just all over my timeline thanks to the final episode. We got Vivazio, a squid snuggling his equipment. Squid snuggling the equipment. You could search for a high-end curse like Overwhelming Splendor. Ooh, that's a great idea. Search for Calder Complete. Yeah, you could. Oh, that's what you wanted to do with this card. The Boys is glory and really out there. The Boys is okay. The Boys is a fun show. Fun is good. Guys, it's not like red has no enchantments. No, but red usually doesn't search. Red doesn't have enchantment support. Like, there aren't any red cards like look for an enchantment card. Sagacious says the player must choose a legal object or player according to the aura's enchant abilities and any other applicable effects. Yes, that is correct. Oh, Sagacious adding. And the effect putting it onto the battlefield doesn't specify the object or the player aura will enchant. That player chooses what it will enchant as the aura enters the battlefield. That is completely correct. Bingo Deeply voter? Is it? You consider Eldrazi's to be Deeply's? Deeply voters? Eldrazi's came from space. If anything, they should vote for flying. My favorite... Rare Blue Skittle says, my favorite The Boys meme is when the dog is dreaming about the turkey leg. Old Boy says, red has some select aura synergy. Alright, so actually maybe this is just a perfectly legit card. Transmogrant Snuggling. We got a lot of doable cards today. We got next the Polyamorous Daredevil. This is a 2-mana 2/2 human spell shaper with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, tap target creature an opponent controls. That is strong. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. What the hell? It danger! That is insane. Play land. Get another combat phase. Crack fetch land. Get another combat phase. Ramp a land. Get another combat phase. That is absolutely ridiculous. And it's on a 2-mana 2/2. After which phase exactly? After this phase. So whatever your current phase is. You could do this at your second main phase. You could technically do it at the end step, actually. So like you go to the end step, crack your fetch line, and then you get another combat phase. Just out of curiosity, if you get another combat phase, then does it continue the turn as usual again? Like if you get another combat phase, you get another second main phase. Like I'm just wondering if anyone who understands these extra combat phases very well. Or maybe this is a very unique card where you get an additional combat phase at your end step, because it's possible. Bingo, absurd mana cost. No, when I see absurd, we gotta see absurd mana cost like it's like 20. This is not an absurd mana cost. Yeah, it's cheap for sure, but polymorphous people have multiple relationships at once. Why not combat phases? And Mudasir also doesn't automatically untap creatures. Ooh, I missed that part. Maybe this is actually less broken than I think. Blue Bomber says that goes infinite with Sun Titan and Fetch Land. Mudasir caught on something. This card maybe does nothing. Whenever a land you control enters, tap target creature an opponent controls. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. You don't get to untap your creatures. So if your creatures are going in tapped, like if you attacked once, they're not going to attack again. Oh, there we go. Sagacious fixed it. It likes Vigilance creatures. Good thing it's white. Yep. Yeah, it's still amazing with Vigilance. So it's less broken than we thought. I mean, you got to build around. This is a very strong build around card. Finally, we are breaking Vigilance. Don't trigger this on an opponent's turn. Oh yeah, what would happen there? Oh, yeah, you would give the opponent an additional combat phase by accident. John says, if you don't have something to untap your creatures in between each combat phase, then you'll make extra combat phases for nothing. Yeah, so let's not do that. Old Boy says, Morang just specifies it has to be a main phase of yours. But is it landfall? It is landfall. Really strong, but you need to build around it. Noise Marrow, this would be so cool in Commander with fetch lands, amongst many other lands. Sagacious, so I guess a drawback is it nerfs playing fetch lands on opponents' turns. Well, you just make sure that you played all your fetch lands on your turn. You got maximum combat phases, and then you pass the turn. Wait a minute. What's the downside to this card? There are some cards out there, right, that you force the opponent... Like, what about Field of Ruin? What if someone plays Field of Ruin on you, and they, like, destroy your non-basic land? Oh, no, but you're not forced to go get a basic land out of your deck. Okay, so you could deny them their land. Is there any way to force lands to come onto the battlefield under somebody's control? There are some cards out there that, like, everyone... like scramble all the permanents in the middle of the board and then divide them equally amongst everybody, and then for as many lands as you get. Path to Exile also doesn't force you to put lands on the battlefield. The problem is you always have the option to fail to find, which is stupid. We all know you got them basic lands in your deck. Don't you be lying about it. What are you blind? There are green cards where we can give lands. Oh, okay, interesting. Collective Voyage, I think, makes your opponents get lands. You can abuse this with cleanup step triggers, state-based effects to get another combat after damage already removed from the creatures. No. I don't think you can, because you don't have priority. You would need something to trigger, because at the cleanup step, you don't have priority to do anything. What would be the closest thing? Isn't the cleanup step like the very, 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 very last thing on a turn? I'm just trying to figure out. There's some scenarios where an Emrakul hits the graveyard at end of turn. There's a trigger in the game, and the turn keeps continuing, even though it shouldn't. But I don't remember. That's why I said triggers or state-based effects. But I think anything that would trigger at end of turn still doesn't. We still haven't hit the, like, I don't know if, like, damage has been removed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe damage has been removed. That's really weird. Christopher B, 52 minutes behind. That's pretty late there, Christopher B. 10 years ago, we still didn't have predefined tokens. The first treasures didn't even exist. Okay, infinite combat if you give Overlord of the Haunwood's Vigilance. Very interesting. All right. I think this card's Zybers now. Even though it's strong, it's not broken because you have to build around it. And there's also some opportunity for it to backfire on you in your opponent's favor. Pretty cool. The Polymorphous Daredevil. We have the LGBT Quad Seedling. It's a 4-mana 2/3 Azra Beast. For 1 mana, sacrifice 2 lands. Add an amount of green equal to your devotion to green. Okay. Actually, this would be pretty cool. So if you need like 1 billion more mana, and I think the sacrifice is quite worth it. You're paying 1, blowing up 2 lands, and you get like a big pile of green devotion. I have no idea why you need so much mana, but it's sort of like a virtual Nykthos in some capacity. It's like a crappy Nykthos in the form of a creature. Definitely putting my Poly U cube. That's nuts. Now this card, Zybers. Long-term loss, short-term gain. Yeah, I know. I like the idea that okay, you get a bunch of mana, but you're gonna blow up your lands to do it. You're going all in on this thing. You could do it several times too. I mean, it's not a tap ability. Just, keep sacking your lands. Not strong enough for 4 mana. Rixazu, interesting commander. Oh yeah, it is legendary. Rav, Ice Till Explorer says hi. Fan Factor, Lord LGBT Quad. Farquaad's brother. That's the thing from Shrek. The guy from Shrek. Jas, interesting for a white card to care about devotion to green. I didn't even catch that, yeah. It's a Selesnya commander too. Bandit Keith, is that Wood Elemental after he came out of the closet? Possible. Blue Bomber, that's plus on mana and a pretty good land sack outlet for a landfall deck. Do you want to sack your lands in a landfall deck? Also, why would a landfall deck have heavy green devotion? Anyway, I don't build landfall decks, so I wouldn't know. The damn draws, then I play Crucible Worlds and get my lands back with exploration. Vivezio, invasive species destroying the lands. Trip Fontaine, oh wow, I didn't see that there's no tap required. This could actually be decent casually. It could be also really strong. We've got Hanso Chen to make all the mana and then Armageddon. Oh yeah, so this is actually a pretty good Armageddon outlet where you add a huge ton of mana, empty your hand onto the board, and of course, the more stuff you play on the board, the stronger this ability gets. And then add a single white mana and blow up the rest of the lands. If I'm losing all my lands, you're all losing it with me. True, Earthbending ruins everything once again. Oh, yeah, you could like abuse this with Earthbending. Does Earthbending decks have a lot of devotion? Well, they will in a minute. Hopefully, we've got lots of donations. I've been here an hour. We seem to be lingering on a lot of cards. We're just talking. This seems unbalanced with balance. Well, fortunately, balanced is banned. But the LGBTQodd seedling is not. All right, next up. We got the Polyamorous Familiar. This is a 5-mana 4/6 Sphinx with affinity for artifacts. The most pathetic affinity card I have ever seen in my life. You can reduce the mana cost by 1. And like, I'm just trying to think in my head, if you have a Soul Ring onto the battlefield, which gives you that affinity, you just still pay that 1 generic with the mana from the Soul Ring. Okay, flying. Life, like, hear that, everybody? We have a flying creature, finally. The creature actually flies. Not an angel, though. It's a Sphinx. Sphinx Unicorn. Flying lifelink. Other wolves and vehicles you control get +2/+2 and have trample. Whenever for that wolf card that gained 4 life. Whenever polyamorous familiar attacks, Search your library for an aura or equipment card, put onto the battlefield, then shuffle. This card votes for flying. It would be a big flying voter out there. This Sphinx is a Wolfkin. It's got affinity for stacks effects. Helps with commander attacks. Oh, great point, Steve Cooper. Yeah, I didn't actually think about that. Most balanced affinity implementation. Does that actually count? Like, I feel like commander attack shouldn't be allowed to be paid with affinity. It loves wolves and vehicles. Cheat out Sword of Body and Mind with this. It's an equipment that makes wolf tokens. Draconic, yes, perfect for my wolf vehicle equipment deck. Pardon the all caps, please. No, it's okay. Toddousness, other, just in case you turn this into a wolf or vehicle. That's right. You could. How many cards out there turn creatures into vehicles? Maybe none. How is this a deeply voter? This is a flying voter. It's all flying. Do we not have a flying? Do we have no votes for flying here? We have only deeply voter? I guess flying voter is just like way too common. Wow, this bingo card. Oh, we had one garbage ultimate. It was that Karn. I would say the Karn had a supremely garbage, borderline useless ultimate. Bingo card was very difficult today for some reason. Yeah, no votes for Sprout or Death Goblin. Jazz, there is at least one card to turn a creature into a vehicle. This is support for a card called Howl of the Night Pack. Toddousness. There's a soft removal spell that turns a creature to a vehicle. Ah, there we go. Votes for flying and Sprout since wolves. That's right. Definitely not deeply voter. Card contradicts itself, says Noise Marrow. Says other wolves and vehicles, yet is neither a wolf or vehicle. Hey, look, it's just in case. Just in case you have a card in play that says all creatures are wolves, it's not going to buff itself, all right? Bandit Keith is a Sprout voter. Okay, let's take a look at one more for today. We got Lesbian Ice. I didn't know there was something. There's a difference between regular ice and lesbian ice. This one has rose petals in it or something. 2-mana artifact. This artifact enters tapped. Taps for a colorless mana, so it's at least a mana rock. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Activate only if you control an island. Weird, but okay. So, I mean, you have access to more colors if this is in a blue deck. For 2 mana, tap, sacrifice this artifact. Create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. This card is a banger. I love this card. Is this perfectly normal? This is really strong. It's for example, first it's ramp, and on top of that it makes creatures. Name me a single mana rock for even 3 mana that generates creatures. This one generates creatures for 2 mana. The activated ability is barely anything. 2 mana rock, I just use it for that, except it comes in tapped. Drop the island ability and it looks like a real Wizards commander precon card for a Changeling deck? Probably. It is a strong lesbian ice. The lesbian is strong with this card. Changeling, that synergizes with the last card. Sagacious, undercosted mana rock with a token ability. Mana rocks cost 3. No, I thought a 2 mana artifact that taps for mana is still considered a mana rock. This is actually pretty good with dual lands / fetches. It's just a 5-color mana rock for the most part. I have a question: is anyone allowed to play with this card in Commander? Or when it says add 1 mana of any color, then that means you need to be in a Wooburg deck? Because theoretically, but it sort of looks like it doesn't have the mana symbol on the card, so it looks like I could play it. Although, actually, I don't know how I could use this. I was like, no, I finally have access to different colors in my mono blue deck, but I'm not allowed to have anything that has that color identity in my deck. Yeah, any color would play it. Any deck. Instant auto-include. We got Craig's Paulding. We don't get many 2-cost rocks that tap for any color without a major restriction anymore. Well, that is a restriction. Need the blue. You don't got blue, you don't get You don't got that water for your watercolors. You don't get watercolors. Toadesness. Rocks with extra abilities are usually 3 mana. 2 mana rocks only make mana. That makes some sense to me. Or they can be sacrificed to draw a card. Or they can turn permanents into artifacts. Right, so that they're power creeping the mana rocks. Noise Marrow doesn't have the symbol in the rules text. Is allowed rule 0. Thank you very much. Steve Cooper. They need the color symbols for color identity, not color words. Okay, lesbian ice. I like this card. I put that ice in my drink. We got 2 more cards thanks to Steve Cooper. All right, Steve Cooper. We got Buy Anyway. This is a 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. This card's terrible. I mean, I guess it's fine or whatever, but like it's whenever a creature, or is it? Hold on, whenever okay, I have a question. Maybe I misinterpreted this card. Is it triggering when I attack, or is it triggering for each creature that I attack? So if I attack with 10 creatures, I get 10 triggers, or is it like? It just sounds like whenever a creature attacks, this thing triggers. Yeah, it's 2 mana. You like that cost? If you're here to hunger, there's no need of fire and a trade. Triggers for each creature. Okay, then that's not bad. That's not bad then. Actually, that's pretty good. It's once a turn. It's a versus 1 or more. Okay. Okay, so if it's every creature, then this actually is quite good. I mean, token decks will be drooling all over it. They'll be hunger for the buy anyway. If it's per combat, it's usually 1 or more creatures attack. Thank you so much. I remember when $10 was 5 cards. Oh yes, back in the day when these shows would go on for an eternity. It's still like that for the regular shows. Bandit Keith says this would definitely be playable in a white life gain pump deck. And Toadesness, it would be whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures. All right, thank you so much, everyone. 76. If you're to hunger, but gay or straight hunger, you know, either of them are good. Dark Stars, pair it with whenever you gain a life, each opponent loses 1 life effects. Well, didn't we have something in this show today? Like, if you gain a life, something happens. I can't remember what the clause was. It was like one of the first cards. All right, buy anyway. Is good. Does this count for the amazing art bad card? No, apparently it's a good card. Or flavor text on point. Okay, we'll give it flavor text on point. Where's the flavor text one? Ugh, I can't grab it. Flavor text. Flavor text on point. Oh, we need a has the flips. This was surprisingly a brutally difficult bingo card. Yeah, buy anyway. That's funny. Okay, we got, also thanks to Steve Cooper, buy Thing Invader. 3 mana, 3/3 human warrior. It's got domain. So whenever you cast a historic spell, you may create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each 1 life you gain this turn. Okay, I think they're making the rules up here. That is not domain. She's there in Shadow Mage, Bast Perfects, the Boreal of the Hearts of 7 End. Yeah, that's not domain at all. Card that had the flips a few times, then stopped. It combos with the previous card. Whenever you cast a historic spell, you may create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each 1 life you gain this turn. So we attacked with a bunch of creatures. We already have a bunch of creatures already. So we gained a boatload of life. And now we get a boatload of more tokens that will gain us more life. Hexenort. That's not domain, yeah, but a pretty strong effect for Witherbloom. Bingo alert! Making up the rules. I will accept that here. Definitely making up the rules with domain. Where is making up the rules? All right, we're making a comeback here at the end. Does the initialized or italicized text count as a keyword? Yes. I think this is confusing but legal formatting. So the thing is, domain is a very specific mechanic where you get an effect equal to the number of basic lands you have on the battlefield. But that has nothing to do with this card. It has absolutely nothing. Domain is not a keyword, just the name of the effect. Oh, is that right? Maybe I got this thing wrong. So that's nice. It's a win more with the last card, not really a combo. Well, it's synergy. That's what it's synergy, not technically combo, but synergy. Noise Mirror. I don't think this card works. We aren't gaining life when we cast the historic spell, so I don't get what the number of tokens is based on. Whenever you cast a historic spell, you may create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each 1 life you gain this turn. It just says 1 life you gain this turn. That's all it says. So if we attacked, we gained a bunch of life from the last card, and then we cast the historic spell. It asks how much life did we gain this turn? Well, we gained a bunch of life from combat. I might make an AI bingo, but I'm cautious about having a monopoly on the bingos. Old boy says, I can see people spite reporting you, especially if you engage with magic content, quite a rabid. What is going on here? I can see Amelia. You say that's not what domain does. I say that's just a domain expansion. I guess it's similar to Universes Beyond when you can make up random abilities, random ability name based on the card. I know we've got millions of these abilities that have like no connection to anything today. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Oh, this is the wrong song. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Thank you so much for this amazingly massive show that we had over here. As usual, my Zyber Nation, we do these shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, or Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Specifically for the Zyber crowd out there, you want to be here for the AI shows. It's every second Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, like today. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you are a Patreon, you are a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show, or to extend the show. And thanks so much, everyone, for being here today. People like, we've got Amelia, we got JMK, Hexanort, Adaptus, Old Boy, Bell, Benjamin Berkey, Steve Cooper, Mudasir, Vivezio, Jeff, Secretly the Villain, Amelia again, Dadam Draws, Rick Sizu, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew and Zyber Nation, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.